Now then, it's time for me to review this book, and it is Batista Unleashed. I'll show the front cover first of all. There's a picture of him looking dressed in a white suit, looking sort of heavenly. Then obviously it has the flip side there, Batista with a red background in his wrestling gear, I presume. Yeah, he is, and you know, it's sort of hell. So basically, in his personal life, he can be an angel, but in the wrestling ring, he's a devil, sort of thing. So it gives you that on the front cover. Obviously, you know, just reading into it, connotations and all that. Publisher of this book is WWE Books. It's called Batista Unleashed, if I haven't said that already. Released in 2008, and it cost £8.99, which doesn't say what the dollar price is on this. I'm guessing it's about $12, something like that, or whatever. Easy read, yeah, it's an easy read. You know, you storm through stuff in there. It's not that entertaining for me. I'm not a big Batista fan. I only bought this book, well, I got it for free, basically, off my uni card. I got a certain amount of books for free via uni, so I just chose this one because you get 200 quid, so I thought 9 quid, fuck it, I might as well just get this for free. Highlights of the book, you know, when he released this, I think he was about 40 years old, so or maybe about 38, I think, but you know, around the same time. You do get a lot of life experience stuff of Batista's life in this book, but if you, as a wrestling fan that I am, I want to hear about wrestling. I don't want to hear about Dave Batista in his life. So for me, it wasn't that good. If you are a big fan of Dave Batista, then there are a lot of interesting stories about his earlier life. You know, you saw a few people getting killed on his front lawn. You know, crazy stories like that you just wouldn't know if you wasn't a big fan of his. Pictures inside, there's him meeting the guy from Black Label Society, and then him proposing to his wife. I think she's called Angie. Yep, everyone seems to have a wife called Angie, by the way. Yep. Highlights of the book, I'd say that it's the amount of, like, 40 years, a lot of life experience goes into this book, but low points is that he'd only been in the business for a few years. You know, he badmouths OVW, I think, in this. I think he badmouths Jim Cornette as well, so that's a low point, because you know, those are the guys who taught him everything that he knows. Obviously he got the rub from Evolution after he'd learnt everything, but still, that's where he started off. Would I buy this book? Nah, I definitely wouldn't buy this book again. When I read this book, if I've not read it, then I'd definitely read this book. You know, you will get some stuff out of this. It gives an interesting story about him and the Undertaker when they wanted to main event of WrestleMania, but they didn't, so they decided to go out there, steal the show. I'll give you 3 guesses to who won that match. Rating out of 10 for this particular. Because he doesn't really give you that much on wrestling, I don't want to give it that highly, but because of the interesting stories of his earlier life, I don't want to give it too low. And plus, I know a lot of people are fans of Batista because he was a big draw in the WWE over the last few years. So I'll give it 4.5 out of 10, 4.5, you know, maybe 4.25. But yeah, it's an alright book. So yeah, read it if you've not read it, but don't expect too much out of this book.